Very good morning. Please confirm, is the audio and video good? Anyone please confirm? So today we are going to cover 29th and 30th April CF. All right. Is the audio and video good? Can you please confirm? Anyone? Very good morning, Sonu. And sorry for the class got delayed just a bit today. All right. So let's begin with the first segment, the SI Finance and Business News. First news which we have is Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw has launched Electronics Component Manufacturing Scheme Guidelines, an online portal. See, electronics component manufacturing, maybe Government of India wants India to be a pioneer in the electronics component manufacturing. Also, we want to have import substitution strategy. We want to produce all the electronic components domestically, right? We want their manufacturing to happen at the domestic level. So let's see what are the guidelines issued by the minister. So they have launched Electronics Component Manufacturing Scheme Guidelines and an online portal as well in the capital, national capital. Recently, the cabinet has approved this scheme with funding of 22,919 crore rupees to make India Atmanirbhar in the electronic supply chain. So basically, broader purpose क्या है? Electronics manufacturing में हमें आत्मनिर्भर बनना है. So we want to substitute imports of electronic components, right? We want to manufacture it domestically. Now the scheme will be open to receive applications from 1st May through the online portal. This scheme will be receiving applications from 1st May itself. That's it, nothing about the scheme. Then moving ahead, so इसमें हमारे पास एक ही न्यूज़ है. Then let's move ahead with the regulatory bodies news. In the regulatory bodies news, you have RBI imposing monetary penalty on Indian Overseas Bank. RBI has introduced penalty on Indian Overseas Bank. Let's see why. So the amount is 63.6 lakh rupees on the Indian Overseas Bank. Why? Because of the non-compliance with certain directions issued by RBI on credit flow to agriculture, collateral-free agricultural loans, and lending to micro, small, and medium enterprises sector. MSME sector and credit flow to agriculture related to collateral-free agricultural loans की जो guidelines है, also lending to MSME sector जो guidelines है, it has contravened with them, not complied with them properly. That's why the penalty. Okay. Next, moving ahead with the banking news. First one, Airtel Payments Bank RuPay on the go card enabled with NCMC. Airtel Payment Bank has launched its latest campaign, One Card for Everything. तो एयरटेल पेमेंट बैंक ने अपना एक कैंपेन लॉन्च किया है, वन कार्ड फॉर एवरीथिंग. सो यू कैन यूज वन कार्ड फॉर एवरीथिंग, राइट? एंड इट इज ऑल्सो प्रमोटिंग इट्स इनोवेटिव रूपे ऑन द गो कार्ड इनेबल्ड विद नेशनल कॉमन मोबिलिटी. नेशनल कॉमन मोबिलिटी का आइडिया आपको पता ही है, वेयर यू कैन यूज दैट कार फॉर ट्रेवल एज वेल अक्रॉस डिफरेंट मोड्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, है ना. नेशनल कॉमन मोबिलिटी क्या है कि आपको किसी भी मोड ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन से यू वांट टू ट्रेवल, यू कैन यूज अ सिंगल कार्ड. सो इट इज ऑल्सो प्रमोटिंग दैट नेशनल कॉमन मोबिलिटी initiative. And the campaign featuring the tagline tap, travel and pay, one card for everything. इस पूरे campaign का क्या title है? Tap, travel and pay, one card for everything. Remember. Yeah. So next one. Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute has presented a film, A Doll Made Up of Clay. Remember, A Doll Made Up of Clay. Remember this name because it has made history at Cannes 2025 with entry into the Cannes 2025, right? So this is the Image, you can remember, doll made up of clay, making history, entering into Cannes 2025, Cannes Festival. आपको ये नाम ध्यान रखना है क्योंकि इससे पहले the name which was very popular in the Cannes was Payal Kapadia's As We All We Imagine As Light. But uske baad, this is important. So a doll made up of clay, which is a student film by Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute. It has achieved official selection in the prestigious Cannes Festival 2025. Okay, it is produced by Manoj Ingle and directed by Coco. Lead actor is Ibrahim Ahmed from Nigeria. तो आपको ध्यान रखना है the name of the film at least. Next one is Asia's oldest newspaper, Mumbai Samachar, to digitize its rich legacy. This is Asia's oldest newspaper, Mumbai Samachar. It wants to digitize itself. इसके जितने भी records वगैरह हैं, it wants it to make available digitally. So Asia's oldest active newspaper, Mumbai Samachar, is turning a new page in illustrations history by digitizing its rich legacy. Who has established this? So it was established way back in 1822 by Fardunji Marzban, a Parsi scholar. बस आपको इतना ध्यान रखना है, उससे ज्यादा की जरूरत है नहीं यहाँ पर. Then moving ahead with the state news. So here you can remember that Bihar has set 2 new Guineys World Records. बिहार को 2 Guineys World Record मिले हैं for what? First one is for the Madhubani painting and then other one is for Buddhist monk performance. Remember, for 2 things Bihar has received this Guineys World Record. For the Madhubani painting, Madhubani painting आप सबको पता है is very famous, right? Traditional painting coming from Bihar, and the Buddhist monk performance. Madhubani painting and the singing bowl ensemble performance by Buddhist monks. Buddhist monks का एक performance होता है वहाँ पर काफी famous है, the singing bowl. So remember, for these 2 things Bihar has received Guinness World Records. Then let's move ahead with the MOUs. We have certain important MOUs coming from Ministry of Cooperation. So remember, Ministry of Cooperation has signed MOU with the Swiggy Instamart. Swiggy Instamart से इन्होंने sign किया है इसके साथ. For what purpose? First of all, the purpose is for the onboarding of cooperative dairy and other products on this platform. तो cooperative dairy products जो हैं, cooperatives से which are coming, they will now be able to onboard Swiggy's Instamart portal with this MOU, right? And they will be focusing particularly on organics, dairy products, millets, also handicrafts. तो इससे आप देखो, it will give a boost to the economy, isn't it? It will provide them with more employment opportunities, market opportunities, access to market. So all those who are engaged in the production of these via cooperative arrangement like organics, dairy, millets, handicrafts, they will be benefiting. Okay. And Bharat Organics and other cooperative dairy products will also be available on the e-commerce and this quick commerce platform of Swiggy Instamart. Bharat Organics or jo other aapke cooperative dairy products हैं, they will also be available. Now one thing here, because we are talking about Ministry of Cooperation and the MOU related to the cooperative sector, what you need to remember here is 2025 has been declared as United Nations International Year of Cooperation. Remember, 2025 has been declared as United Nations International Year of Cooperation. This is something very, very important. So please remember this. Next one is NILIT has signed MOU with 8 visionary organizations. Now this is particularly for skilling, research, innovation in electronics and information technology. Okay, 8 organizations ने partnership की है यहाँ पर for state-of-the-art R&D and skilling and innovation in field of electronics and information technology like SCL Mohali, Earnit India, Amrita University, then NICE, then Heartfulness Institute, Kindful Institute, Skyroot Aerospace and IFMR. तो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा ये important नहीं है, but out of these 2, what you can remember is this one. You just remember 8 organizations, they have partnered together. Then next, moving on to science and technology. First news we have is center selects startup Sarvam to build country's first homegrown AI model. Now this can be important. आपको ये नाम ध्यान रखना है. The name of the startup is Sarvam. What is it? It is a Bangalore-based startup. The name is Sarvam. So government has selected this startup Sarvam to build country's first indigenous AI large language model. Country का पहला indigenous AI based large language model it will be developing, and Sarvam is the first startup to get approval for SOPs under the India's ambitious rupees 10,370 crore India AI mission. India का AI mission जो है proper, उसमें it would be the first one to develop indigenous AI language large language model. Remember that. Like it will be capable of reasoning, designing the voice, fluent in Indian languages, and it will be ready for population scale deployment as well. तो आपको सर्वम का नाम ध्यान रखना है because it will be the first startup to develop indigenously developed AI large language model. Next one is ISRO recently has successfully conducted a short duration hot test of semi-cryogenic engine. सेमी क्रायोजेनिक इंजन का एक टेस्ट सक्सेसफुली इसरो ने किया है. नाउ यू मस्ट नो ऑलरेडी व्हाट इज क्रायोजेनिक टेक्नोलॉजी. एनीवन? व्हाट इज क्रायोजेनिक टेक्नोलॉजी? देन ओनली यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज सेमी क्रायोजेनिक. See, when we talk about cryogenic temperature, है ना, इफ नॉट इंजन, अगर हम क्रायोजेनिक टेम्परेचर की बात करें तो टेम्परेचर क्रायोजेनिक वो होता है जिसमें इट इज वेरी लो, लाइक -150. रिमेंबर, क्रायोजेनिक टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज बहुत सारी फील्ड्स में होता है, इन फॉरेंसिक्स, इन फार्मास्यूटिकल्स, इन स्पेस, राइट. -150 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड, ये आपको ध्यान रखना है. Around this temperature it is cryogenic, right? So बहुत कम होता है. Now how is it used? In forensics it is used to store samples. In pharmaceuticals it is used, तो आपको पता है कि इतने कम temperature पे ही you can refrigerate and you can store like molecular items and all whatever for medicinal purposes for a long term. Similarly space technology में भी आपका cryogenic engine is now being used. That is the difference between the earlier launch vehicles and the launch vehicle which we have at present, like PSLV and GSLV. So PSLV or GSLV maybe there is a difference, right? GSLV mein, so it is used in the third stage of launching the vehicle. If I am correct, it is third stage. You can just confirm, right? So one of these stages, like in GSLV you have 3 stages: solid, liquid and cryogenic. So in one of these stages it is used. Now when we are talking about cryogenic, it is clear, -150 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. क्रायोजेनिक इंजन्स में क्या होगा आपका, जब हम स्पेस क्राफ्ट की बात करते हैं, बोथ फ्यूल एंड ऑक्सीडाइजर दे आर वेरी कोल्ड. दोनों ही बहुत कोल्ड होंगे. फ्यूल भी कोल्ड होगा और ऑक्सीडाइजर भी. ऑक्सीडाइजर क्या होता है, जो फ्यूल को ऑक्सीजन प्रोवाइड कराता है फॉर द कंबशन प्रोसेस, राइट. एंड देन सेमी क्रायोजेनिक में यू हैव ओनली द ऑक्सीडाइजर बीइंग वेरी कोल्ड एंड द फ्यूल इज एट हायर टेम्परेचर. सेमी क्रायोजेनिक में क्या होगा, सिर्फ ऑक्सीडाइजर बहुत ज्यादा कोल्ड होगा, फ्यूल आपका हायर टेम्परेचर्स पे होगा. क्रायोजेनिक में बोथ द थिंग्स, फ्यूल एज वेल एज ऑक्सीडाइजर विल बी एट हाई at low temperature, right? So this is the thing. So a short duration hot test of the semi cryogenic engine, it was successfully conducted at a test facility. कहाँ पर टेस्ट कंडक्ट किया था, इसरो के प्रोपल्शन कॉम्प्लेक्स इन महेंद्रगिरी. नाउ दिस इज अगेन एन इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन इन इटसेल्फ. यू नीड टू रिमेंबर द लोकेशन. वेयर इज इट लोकेटेड? इसरो का प्रोपल्शन कॉम्प्लेक्स जो है, वेयर इज इट लोकेटेड? इट इज लोकेटेड इन महेंद्रगिरी. ओके. And in this test, the engine power head test article encompassing all engine systems except the thrust chamber was subject to hot test for a duration of 3.5 seconds that validated the engine startup sequence, and it was successfully ignited and operated up to 60% of its rated power level, demonstrating stable and controlled performance. कुल मिला के सक्सेसफुल था टेस्ट. एंड यू नीड टू रिमेंबर कि क्रायोजेनिक एंड सेमी क्रायोजेनिक टेक्नोलॉजी क्या होती है. टेल मी एवरीवन, क्रायोजेनिक टेक्नोलॉजी इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन, -150°C. और इंजन्स में कैसे यूज होती है? स्पेसक्राफ्ट के अलावा भी इसके बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस है, लाइक फार्मास्यूटिकल्स, इन द फॉरेंसिक्स एटसेट्रा. ओके, और जो रिसेंट हमारे लॉन्च व्हीकल्स हैं जैसे GSLV, उसमें हम इनको यूज कर रहे हैं. तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. GSLV, आप PSLV और GSLV का डिफरेंस पढ़ेंगे और उससे पहले के लॉन्च व्हीकल्स का डिफरेंस पढ़ेंगे तो आपको समझ आएगा हाउ वी हैव इवॉल्व्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिफरेंट स्टेजेस ऑफ फ्यूल एंड काइंड ऑफ फ्यूल्स वी आर यूजिंग, राइट? Okay, so then again, next news is from ISRO itself. ISRO has taken up lead role of the International Charter Space and Major Disasters. Very, very important one. Again, very important fact. ठीक है? तो I am explaining you in English only, isn't it? So this is again important. Let's see. ISRO will be assuming the lead role of International Charter Space and Major Disasters from April 2025 for 6 months. Now, from April itself, for the 6 months, ISRO will be leading this International Charter Space and Major Disasters. Remember this thing, okay? And this has started with National Remote Sensing Center of ISRO organizing 53rd meeting of the charter in Hyderabad during 14 to 17th April 2025. So recently, you see 14 to 17th April, ISRO and NRSC, they have conducted a meeting which was 53rd edition of this meeting in Hyderabad, okay? And remember, India is also signatory to the charter which celebrates its 25th anniversary in 2025 with ISRO being a founding member. Space and related major disasters, we have a charter for it of which India is also a member, right? And this charter has completed 25 years. So 25th anniversary we are celebrating of this charter. India was also a founding member. So remember now for this charter on the international space and major disasters, ISRO will be leading for next 6 months. This is important. Remember that. Lot of organizations from India are part of it. ISRO will be the lead in the lead role for the next 6 months. All right, so that was about science and technology. I hope it is clear, everyone. ISRO, we have 2 important news coming from ISRO today, and this one is again very important. Next, moving ahead with the defense segment. In defense, you have India, France signing a deal of rupees 63,000 crores for 26 Rafale aircrafts. Rafale aircraft, Sukhoi, you see Sukhoi, Rafale, ये advanced aircrafts हैं. So अभी we are talking about the Rafale combat aircrafts. India and France have signed this deal for how many? For 26 Rafale marine combat aircrafts in Delhi. Okay. Because they are urgently required for deployment on Indian aircraft carriers, particularly like INS Vikrant, which is now in service. So we require these Rafale aircrafts to be deployed like on INS Vikrant, etc. Okay, and the existing fleet of MiG-29K fighters has reportedly underperformed recently due to maintenance related issues. आपको पता है lot of accidents we have seen in MiG aircrafts, yes or no? In the newspapers you might have noticed lot of unfortunate incidents of accidents, right? And they have involved MiG helicopters or aircrafts. So due to their underperformance, now we require the Rafale to be deployed urgently. And remember, this deal will raise the total number of Rafale jets or aircrafts in India to 62. So recently deal is of 26. और इस डील के बाद the total number of Rafale jets which we will be having as a country would be 62. So you can remember both the figures and remember France provides us this, right? So France के साथ हमने ये deal sign किया है. Then moving ahead with the report segment, global military spending. it has risen to $2.7 trillion in 2024. So here India's rank will be relevant for us for the examination, right? According to a data by Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, SIPRI, you all know, it is quite famous institute, right? Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. World military expenditure has, risen exponentially in 2024, which is an increase of 9.4% in real terms from the previous year. If you look at top 5 military spenders, the countries which are at top 5 position in terms of their military spending, this can be important, everyone, right? India is also there. So US, China, Russia, Germany and India. US, China, Russia, Germany and India. So by this thing, you already know, India's military expenditure is the 5th largest globally. This can be an important fact for the upcoming examinations. Alright, so please remember, in terms of military spending, what is India's position? 5th position. The top 4 countries are US, China, Russia and Germany. Okay, where our military expenditure has been rising by 1.6%. It has risen by 1.6% to $86.1 billion. Yes, Girish. So that is the hypocrisy we have, isn't it? But I think it is practical as well. We talk about peace and then weapon in hands. Sometimes you need to have weapon in hands to establish peace as well. This is quite complicated, right? If you let others destroy your peace and you just don't want to hold onto the weapons, you cannot establish peace as well. You all know what has recently happened. So sometimes we need to take upon weapons in order to establish peace. So now these are very subjective dimensions. You see, in the interview if they ask, so I have always talked about this thing in my classes as well, that never go left or right, white or black. Most of the things are gray, right? They are somewhere in between. So peace is also changing. Its definition, the way we look at peace is also changing. Yeah. So they are subjective. So remember, 5th position and the top 5 countries. Then next we have is awards segment. Awards mein we have Akashvani bagging 6 honors at India Audio Summit Awards 2025. So Akashvani has won a total of 6 awards. How many? 6 awards in various categories at India Audio Summit and Awards 2025. This was the 3rd edition of the awards. If you look at the series of the awards, first category, Series of the Year in Radio. Series of the Year in Radio goes to Nai Soch Nai Kahani. Remember, Series of the Year in Radio goes to Nai Soch Nai Kahani, a radio journey with Smriti Irani. Next category, Best Produced Audio Streaming Program, Health and Fitness category is Public Speak. Okay, which is quite popular weekly phone-in show. And then Best Late Night Show is Chaya Geet. Best Late Night Show is Chaya Geet. Best Celebrity Show on Air is Ujale Unki Yadon Ke. Okay, so these are different names. Best Travel Show has been Safarcast and Best so best interstitial short form audio content is Akashvani for showcasing creative excellence. So short form audio content ke liye Akashvani itself for creative excellence. These are different categories. You can remember them. At least आप ये याद रख सकते हैं, Series of the Year. It is easy to remember if you can remember them all. And remember, total 6 of awards they have won. Let's move ahead. India team clinches top prize at Harvard AI hackathon. So a team of Indian professionals recently, has won first place at Harvard Kennedy School's prestigious Kennedy AI for Good hackathon with their voice first AI solution called Megha. Now, I want all of you to remember this extension of Megha here. Megha stands for Meghalaya E-Governance and Human Centered Assistance. Okay. MEGHA or MEG, whatever you call it. MEGHA stands for Meghalaya E-Governance Human-Centered Assistance. So a team of Indian professionals have won this award at Harvard Kennedy Schools for AI for Good Hackathon. Okay. Now what is MEGHA? MEGHA is a toll-free service. A service which will enable rural citizens in India to access government schemes using basic mobile phones, addressing digital literacy barriers in underserved communities. So MEGHA is what? MEGHA is basically providing the citizens from India to, particularly from the rural areas, to access all the government benefits or schemes. Okay, so that's why this is important. Using their mobile phone only, they can access it. Agar if they don't have, say, proper knowledge of using the mobile interface like Android and etc. So even in that case, they will be able to access it. Let's see how does it unfolds further. आपको सिर्फ इतना ध्यान रखना है that it is a tool to enhance governance. That's why it has recently won this award. Sports category, first news is Asian Yogasan Sports Championship. 25th, 27th April was conducted at Indira Gandhi Sports Complex, New Delhi. Who is the winner? So India is the winner with 83 gold. You see, 83 gold. It is not the total medal tally. It is 83 gold in itself with 3 silver and solitary bronze, followed by Japan with just 3 golds. So India has won 83 golds here. That's why it becomes more important, everyone. Asian Yogasan Sports Championship. Remember how many golds India has won? 83. Okay. Then next one is 32nd Copa del Rey title. What is this title related to? It is related to sports, football sports. Football se associated hai. Now the winner in this title is Barcelona. Barcelona basically has defeated Real Madrid. The next one is WTT Contender Tunis 2025, which is an event or a title related to table tennis. In the mixed double category, the title winners are Manush Shah and Dia Chitale. So remember, in the mixed double category, the winners are Manush Shah and Dia. Appointments, we have one appointment here. Gunjan Soni has been appointed as MD of YouTube India. YouTube India Managing Director Gunjan Soni. Obituaries, we have one name in the obituary list. Lieutenant General S. Pattabhiraman, who has been former Vice Chief of Army Staff. So we have one obituary here. Then important days, one important day, which is World Day for Safety and Health at Work. Remember, 28th April is observed as World Day for Safety and Health at Work. What was the theme of this year? Theme was revolutionizing health and safety, the role of AI and digitalization at work. The role of AI and digitalization at work. So that's it for today's current affairs. Now it's time for the top 5 MCQs. Let's see. First question in front of all of you. According to a new data by Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, world military expenditure has increased. India's military expenditure is at which position, or India is at which position in terms of military expenditure? Which number of the largest country globally? Right, so remember, latest report है, SIPRI की report है, important है, organization भी important है, data is also important, 5th position, right? And also remember, top 4 countries are, anyone, if you can name it, top 4 countries are, very good, Sonu, US, China, Russia, Germany and India, well done, right? So option C is the right answer here. Next question, which of the following organizations is going to assume a lead role in the international charter, space and major disasters from April for the next 6 months? ISRO is going to be the lead. Very good. ISRO is the right answer here. Option B. Next one, the government recently has selected a Bangalore-based startup. You have to tell me which is the startup among the following to build country's first indigenous AI large language model. The name of the startup is Sarvam. Option D. Yes, Sarvam is the name. Remember that, right? It is an important fact. Then with which of the following entities Ministry of Cooperation recently has signed an MOU after which Bharat Organics and other cooperative based dairy products will be available on the e-commerce and Q-commerce platform? Very good. Swiggy Instamart or Swiggy they have partnered with. Next question. Which among the following or out of these films, which is a student film by Satyajit Ray and Film and Television Institute, has achieved official selection in the prestigious Cannes 2025? Which among the following? So the correct answer is a doll made up of clay. Option D. Right, very good. A doll made up of clay. Option D is the right answer here. Then this is your learning exercise. Akashvani has won a total of how many awards in various categories at the India Audio Summit and Awards 2025, which was a third edition held in Mumbai recently on 25th April. So you have to tell me the answer in the comment section for this question. Let's see, in the last class, the question I gave you was regarding Udan, that how many Udan routes have been so far operationalized connecting 90 airports. So yes, 625 routes under Udan have been operationalized so far. 625. All of you have provided the right answer. Nishu Mishra, Shreya, Raj Mishra, and then Prerna Malhotra. You all have provided the correct answer. 625 routes have been operationalized so far. So that's it for today's current affairs. I hope you have enjoyed the class. We didn't have some financial or ESI news which was important today, but we have factual news to be revised from this content, right? So I want all of you to revise these facts. 2-3 facts are there which we have discussed, which are important. And ISRO से हमारे पास 2 facts है यहाँ पर. Military spending वाला fact आपको ध्यान रखना है. And MOU mein we have the MOU from Ministry of Cooperative and Swiggy, right? So these are certain important facts. Revise them carefully. Thank you so much for staying tuned in the class. Have a very good day. I'll see you in the next class tomorrow. Thank you.